All right. Is Miss Natasha Torres here? All right, Cleophas Marshall, who is your client, criminal trial division or family violence?
I believe it's criminal trial division, Your Honor, and I'm not representing her on the MTR yet. The court may want to appoint me. I am representing her on a new case, which I'm assuming is the number one on the MTR. But she's remanded without bond on the MTR. Her family's been calling to see if she can get a bond set. When I looked into it, she didn't have a lawyer on that.
Okay, just give me a moment.
Congratulations, Judge.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Andres Campion?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, who is the prosecutor on your case?
I believe it's Michael Villarreal.
All right, Michael, let me see. If you'll go to breakout room number 1, and Mr. Campion, I'm going to send you to number 1, and Ms. Paulison, I'll send you to breakout room number 1 as well.
So this is the MTR, and then she has a new number 1, and that's the one that Cleo's on. She has a violation report, so let me check her to get a bond on that.
All right. So, Mr. Marshall, have you had a chance to confer with the state?
I've just gotten I'm not even on the MTR yet, so no, I've not conferred at all. I'm calling or came in because her family's calling about the MTR. And when I looked into it, I realized she did not have a lawyer and she needs a bond set on it. So no to your question, Your Honor.
All right, so let me send you to a breakout room to confer with the state. I'll send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Judge, can you make me a co-host?
Yes.
Judge, I send you a chat.
Okay. All right, thank you. And Ms. Ferguson, I'm going to go to breakout room number 1. Mr. Cabanas on Adrian Garcia, what is happening?
Good afternoon, Judge. I conferred with Mr. Villarreal and Ms. Hayden. They are going to send me some documents regarding some other allegations in this case. I think that was the status that we had on our last announcement. But other than that, Judge, our trial announcement is still the same. We're ready. We're looking for a trial setting.
All right, so state, what information do you need to give Mr. Cabanas?
There were some other police reports from a more recent allegation from the same victim. And actually, we'd requested them from our investigator, but he sent us the same reports as last time. So I've been emailing back and forth with him to try to get these reports.
All right, Mr. Cabanas, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you all a 2-week reset so that you can make sure you have this information that the state wants to give you. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Adrian Garcia, can I have a 2-week reset, and it would just be for discovery?
Yes, ma'am. Give me just a second, Judge.
Okay.
Okay, Judge, it's in the chat.
All right, so we're going to come back. You mean, it's February, Norma.
Sorry.
That's okay. I was like, what is 2-3?
That's what I meant.
All right, so we're going to come back on March 23rd.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and everyone, just give me a moment. I'm going to go to breakout room number 1. Mr. Cabanas, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, everyone, thanks for your patience. Okay, the paperwork I have is Ambreeze. And I also have the paperwork for Ochoa. So is anyone here on Ambreeze or Ochoa?
Mary Peterzak here on Ochoa, Judge. We're ready to proceed.
All right, so we'll take up that plea. David Collins, who do you have?
Afternoon, Judge. I have Fernando Rios. I was out of county today and out of Zoom. So I need to talk to a prosecutor and at least get an offer. And then I'm going to be looking to reset.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It's a DWI, so criminal trial.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you, Judge. Good seeing you.
Thank you, you too. All right, who else? Anthony Cantrell, is that criminal trial division or family violence? Does anyone know? I'm Monique Williams.
That's family violence, Judge.
All right, well, when he finishes on his other Zoom, he'll be going to number 4. All right, and it's, and Michael, I'm assuming you're the one who's on the Ochoa matter?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, thanks. All right, court is going to call 2021 CR 7422, State of Texas versus Jonathan Ochoa. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Michael Villarreal for the state.
for the defense?
Mary Peterzak for the defense, Judge. We're ready to proceed.
Thank you. And are you Mr. Ochoa?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
None from the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Nothing from the defense, Judge.
Mr. Ochoa, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Yes, I did.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Mr. Ochoa, I'm showing you what's entitled application for community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
Court will find that this, oh, sorry, Brenda, there's more noise coming from the back. Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovering. Mr. Ochoa, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Ochoa, I'm going to show you what's entitled court admonishments and defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with violation of bond or protective order, assault, stalking? That's a 3rd-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, I did.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to enter a plea bargain agreement and did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, I did.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor, he has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor, he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Ochoa, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
Oh,
I'm sorry?
no, they didn't.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, I am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea bargaining agreement, your punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. There's no application for deferred adjudication. State recommends community supervision. They will take in consideration County Court Cause number 650417. There's to be restitution in cause number 679506 to Stacie, Stacie Lopez. There's to be a judgment satisfied in County Court Cause numbers 679506, 629975, an affirmative finding of family violence, and $100 to an approved family violence center. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, I do.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, that is the plea bargain agreement. We ask that this court honor that agreement.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 5 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours community service restitution, no contact with Vivian Mendoza and Stacie Lopez. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offense as charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Off the record for a moment, Adrian Borrego, your case was reset to April 7th. All right, you're excused.
And Your Honor, my excuse as well?
Yes,
Okay, thank you very much.
you're welcome. All right, state, any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
Yes, Your Honor. State offers State's Exhibit number 1 and its attachments.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Cho, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Ochoa, is Child Protective Services involved in your case?
No, they're not.
How many children do you have and what are their ages?
I have 4 boys, 12-year-old, 9-year-old, 8, and 7.
Do you have any children with Vivian Mendoza?
No, I don't.
All right, your relationship with her is over. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
That means you to have no contact with her whatsoever.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not okay. It's like, do you understand that?
Oh, yes, I do.
All right, do
Sorry.
you have any gang affiliation?
No, ma'am, I don't.
What is your tattoo about? What is that a tattoo of?
It's my last name.
Do you not remember your last name?
Yes, I do.
I don't understand. Why would you tattoo your last name on your
No,
body?
I just did. I was 13 when I did it.
13? Who's given a 13-year-old tattoo? Where did this take place?
The buddy's uncle's house.
Oh, this is another one of the garage things. Okay. So how far did you go in school?
Got my high school diploma.
So what are you doing with that?
Uh, Nothing with school. I'm just
I mean, do you have employment? What do you do with your time?
right now I build houses, but I was waiting to get this over with to go back to electrical. I got a trade in electric.
So do you remember this incident? I see in here that you were drinking a lot.
Yes.
All right. So what do you think your children were thinking when you were having an altercation in a vehicle while someone was driving on the freeway?
Probably scared.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? When children see you behave inappropriately with someone you're supposed to love, they think that's the way you show love. You understand?
Yes, I do.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 5 years in prison, suspended and probated for 5 years, $1,500 fine, probated, 120 hours community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof that you've had the COVID vaccination, and that includes the booster. Court is not requiring you to get the booster, but if you do, 40 of your hours will be waived. No contact with Vivian Mendoza, Stacy Lopez. Taking consideration County Court Cause number 650-417. There's to be restitution to Stacy Lopez in cause number 679-506. There's a judgment satisfied in County Court Cause numbers 679-506, 629-975. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, $100 to an approved family violence center. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. So if something happens and you can't report by Zoom, you need to do it in person. Proof of employment within 15 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Parenting classes with compadre. Field visits 2 times per month, random. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Ms. Peterzak, the court will reconsider that once he's had some parenting classes underneath his belt, then I'll reconsider. All right, Ms. Reyes, is there anything else that he needs? Sorry, UAs. We'll do random, we'll start off with random UAs to see where he is. Is there anything else that he needs?
That's everything.
All right. Mr. Ochoa, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, I just had a question. Y'all keep saying prison. Isn't it probation?
Yes. I sentenced you to 5 years in prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. So what that means is that you'll be on probation for at the most for 5 years, maybe more if it gets extended. But if you are unsuccessful on your probation, the most time that you can be sentenced to is 5 years in prison.
Okay, I get it now.
All right, is there anything else that you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, And because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes.
And also because there is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
If you have a question over what a weapon is or ammunition is, you'll need to speak with an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Ochoa,
Yes.
when I say no contact, I mean no contact. Your relationship with Miss Mendoza is over. If you make contact with her, what's going to end up happening is a motion to revoke will be filed. You will be awaiting your hearing from the Bexar County Jail. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand clearly.
All right. Now, this is what I tell everybody who's thinking about a relationship, because I don't think you're ready for one based upon what you're here for. Get an orchid. The orchids are on sale. You can get them at Walmart. You can get them at HEB. Orchid, you keep it for a year. When you get it, they're beautiful. They have the flower blooms on them and everything, right? And then the blooms fall off. And if you want that orchid to bloom again, you have to be very gentle with it. You have to read the directions. You have to know how to make it bloom again. So get an orchid that will teach you patience. You understand?
Yes.
And it will help you with your anger. And do not get in a relationship until you have kept an orchid for a year and the blooms have fallen off and you're trying to get it to bloom again. You understand?
Yes, I do.
I have an orchid in my office that my staff got me, which I truly appreciated. I have a green thumb. The orchid has not bloomed since all the blooms have fallen off. But I'm still trying, but it teaches me patience. So I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Probation is going to go over conditions with you. Ms. Peterzak, thank you for coming back. You can go to number 1 or either you can be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And let me see, where is Mr. Ochoa? Brenda, do you see what room Mr. There he is. Sending you to number 1. All right, James Marriott.
Hi. Hold on. Yeah, hi. I'm here for Mr. Cantu in custody. Let's see. Yeah, Mr. Luke Cantu.
Yes.
We tried to work it out this morning and had a little breakdown as to getting it done, but we'll see if we can try again. Otherwise.
All right, I'm going to send you all to number 2, Mr. Cantu, if you can go to number 2.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, when you're ready, can I give you an update? It's Collins. When you're ready.
All right, just give me one moment.
Certainly, Judge.
Ms. Ferguson, you have someone help Mr. Ochoa go to breakout room number 1, please. And Mr. Campion, you're back with us?
Yes, Your Honor. As soon as I logged off, I realized I have another matter that I would like to speak with one of the prosecutors about, but I'll just hang out till whenever somebody's available. Not
all right. I thought you were coming back because you enjoyed being in this court. You're just like,
I do, and I did want to come back and say congratulations on winning your primary.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So, who is your client?
It's an off-docket matter.
Okay.
I'll update my name with the client information.
All right, and if you could put in there off docket and put in there whether it's criminal trial division or family violence, and I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. And once that's done, a prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, David Collins on Rios.
Yes, Judge. First setting, I have Mr. Rios' phone number. I believe he's there in the courtroom. I talked to the state. I have an offer. I've put a request in for discovery. I'm asking for a reset to have time to go through that discovery and to get with Mr. Rio with the offer and see what he wants to do.
All right, Mr. Rios, can you come up, please? All right, do you think you have all discovery or you're not sure or you're still working on that?
Judge, I've gone onto the DA's website and clicked the boxes and waiting for it to be delivered. As far as right now, I think I have everything. I think I have enough with that. Once I get that, and then I get with Mr. Rios and kind of see what he wants to do, I think we can make progress going forward.
All right, and so has an offer been tendered?
It has. I got an offer this morning, Judge. Or
all right,
just now.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Mr. Fernando Rios, can I have a 30-day reset, please? All right, we're going to come back on April 7th.
Got it, Judge.
All right, Mr. Rios, just remain in the courtroom. We're going to give you a reset form and then you can be excused.
And Judge, can you tell Fernando, I will reach out to him probably next week, but once I get the discovery, I'll reach out to him.
Oh, he's on Zoom now.
Yes.
Okay. I'll be in touch with you, Fernando, once I get the discovery.
Thank you. I appreciate
Okay.
it.
All right, do
Thank
you all have each other's numbers?
Yes, I have his number. He has mine, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. Good seeing you. Bye,
All
everyone.
right, you too. Bye-bye.
Judge, you said April 7th?
Yes. Oh, that's what you put in the chat box. You're saying it's April 5th?
Yes. That's
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay. Do you want it to be April 5th?
That's no problem, Judge.
Okay, all right, thanks.
So which day is it?
It's April 7th.
Okay.
Thanks. All right, so we're waiting for Natasha Torres, Mr. Cox. All right, everyone, just give me a moment, please.
Excuse me, Judge.
Hello?
Judge, can you put me on as a co-host, please? I got kicked
Yes.
out. Thank you.
All right, anyone back?
Judge, I was logged off. I need to go back to, I think it was 3.
All right, I'll send you the number 43 is now taken.
Well, I was in there with whoever was in there. I got put out.
No, Andres Campion is now in there.
He was in there with me. We were in there together waiting on the prosecutor.
Oh, you guys are in there together. Okay,
Yes.
there you go. Anthony Cantrell.
Hi, Judge. I'm here on Monique Williams. It was a modification of bond. We're trying to get her out of house arrest so that she can go to work. And then also if we can get the fees on her monitoring waived because she can't afford them.
All right, just one moment. Hey, just one moment.
And she did attend the funeral without any problems last week. So.
Okay, just give me one moment.
Yeah.
There's some paperwork that I have to sign. All right, did you speak with the state?
I did last week, and you said to set it for a hearing, so I haven't spoken to them today because they, I guess they're pretty busy right now. I was in breakout room 4 for the last half hour, and I haven't seen anybody yet.
All right. They actually skipped over you. So as soon as they come out of the breakout room from speaking with these other parties, I'll put you in there for them.
Okay.
All right, is there a prosecutor available to take the plea on Jesse Ortiz?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, thank you. All right, the court is going to call 2022 CR 1176, State of Texas versus Jesse Ortiz. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Ed Cano.
And are you Jesse Ortiz? I'm going to need you to mute yourself. Just hold down the space bar. It's the longest key on the keyboard.
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
No.
Mr. Ortiz, I'm going to show you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, I'm going to show you what's entitled Discovery Acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Ortiz, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, we waive.
State, it appears that you're proceeding on the indictment as presented. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Ortiz, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand what you're charged with is violation of sex offender registration, annual registration? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Ochoa, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
You mean Mr. Ortiz, Judge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Ortiz, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, you.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it? And I'm sorry, strike that. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of stuff in the chat boxes and other people who are coming in. I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your
All right. According to the plea bargain agreement, your punishment is to be assessed at 3 years in the prison. There is a $1,500 fine. The state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea bargaining agreement?
Yes, Judge.
State, is that the plea bargaining agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver repeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes,
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, no, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargaining agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years, that there be 120 hours of community service restitution, that there be Chapter 62 compliance, bi-monthly reporting for the first 6 months of probation. Did you understand that those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense is charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, the state offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objection?
No, no objection.
Mr. Ortiz, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? And did you electronically sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
No objection.
Thank you. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge, we'd like to do that.
All right, and I'm sorry, Mr. Ortiz, what was your plea?
No contest.
All right, thank you. All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, we just respectfully ask that you follow the recommended recommendations in the plea bargain. In this case, Mr. Ortiz told me that he had some difficulty finding the proper identification because his license had expired. But if you notice, Judge, he has been compliant since 2010 without any problems. So, this is going to be a kind of a painful reminder of how important it is for him to register yearly, regardless of the circumstances. So we respectfully ask that you follow the plea bargain.
All right, Mr. Ortiz, do you have employment? How are you going to be supporting yourself?
I have a job with a catering service.
All right, this is what the court is going to order. The court is going to sentence you to 3 years in prison, suspended and probated for 3 years, a $1,500 fine, probated, Chapter 62 compliance, 120 hours of community service restitution, 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. The court is not forcing anyone to get the vaccination, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be waived. There's to be reporting 2 times per month by Zoom or in person for the first 6 months, then regular reporting thereafter. Proof of employment within 15 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Mr. Cano, if that's something that you wish to change, then we'll have to have a hearing on that.
Yes,
There's to
ma'am.
be, thank you. There's to be regular UAs. Do you have a place to stay, Mr. Ortiz?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm going to want field visits 1 time per month. All right. Is there anything else that you need from me in order to be successful on this probation, Mr. Ortiz?
I just need a chance to get out if I could do what I have to do.
All right, Mr. Ortiz, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Ortiz. We can go off the record. Mr. Ortiz, registering is very important. So you have a lifetime registration, you know that, and you need to report once a year. If you don't do that, what's going to end up happening is you're going to come back here. And when you come back here, things may turn out differently. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Probation will go over conditions. Mr. Cano, could you go in breakout room number 1 and let the probation officer know that I sent her the conditions through email?
Yes, ma'am. Sure will.
All right, Ms. Ortiz. Ms. Ferguson, can you get a deputy to help Mr. Ortiz go to the breakout room? And Rebecca, I sent an email to you of Mr. Ortiz's conditions. But if you can give me a moment, because the next case that's coming up, that's going to be probation.
Okay.
And can you let Norma know to go to breakout room number 1 and to let them know that Mr. Ortiz is.
I'm doing that right now, Judge.
All right, let them know he's not to leave. All right, who's the prosecutor on Ambrose?
Brittany, Judge.
Thank you.
Judge, I need just 1 second.
Okay, no problem. Anthony Cantrell. I'm going to send you to a breakout room, and a prosecutor from family violence will speak with you there.
All right.
Send
Thank
you
you.
number 5.
Thank you.
And if everyone will give me a moment, because I have something in my eye, just a second. Mr. Marriott, what's happening with your client?
Well, the client will refuse the district attorney's office offer today. And I think I asked if we could, but I think we're certainly close, but it won't be today. And I asked if we could reset this matter for 2 weeks.
All right, so I need your client to come out of the breakout room.
Okay, sure.
So just give us a moment. Mr. Cantu? To the clerks, could I have the file on Mr. Cantu, please? It's Luke Cantu. Thank you. We should have 3 files. All right, so on Mr. Cantu, Mr. Meyer, you're asking for a 2-week reset?
Yes.
What are you doing, Mr. Meyer?
Oh, sorry, I looked at a CLE flyer. Sorry about that.
That's okay, you're in court before the bench.
Sure.
So, what is happening with this case?
Well, I think the district attorney's office made an offer, and I think Mr. Cantu is angling for an offer that would allow him to apply.
Well, oh, no, I don't want to know the contents of the agreement.
Sorry.
I'm just trying to figure out where we are. Have you received all the discovery?
Of course, yes. I've received plenty of discovery, and I think it's about all the discoveries received.
Okay. All right, so where are these cases headed? Mr. Cantu, do you want a jury trial?
Excuse me?
Yes, I think he'd
Do
like
you want a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, I'm going to give you a plea deadline date. How much time are you asking for, Mr. Meyer?
Oh, approximately one setting, which would be 30 to 45 days.
No, and here, one setting is not 45 days.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Well, a standard setting that the court deems reasonable, if it's less than 45 days, then a month, then.
Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Mr. Cantu? All right, we're going to come back on April 5th, Mr. Cantu.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
your plea deadline date. The court is not going to accept any pleas after that date unless there's good cause. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you need to speak with your attorney anymore?
No, ma'am.
No, I think we're good. Right, Mr. Cantu?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, and have a good day.
All right, thank you, you too. Norma, Mr. Cantu, L14 can go back. Rebecca, you can go ahead and go to breakout room number 1. Everyone, just give me a moment, please.
Judge, I just wanted to verify that was to be monitored by the sex offender unit, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Torres, Ms. Ferguson told me you had finished with your other matter. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, I apologize, but now I'm available whenever the court's ready.
All right, just give me a moment. Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right. Who is the prosecutor on Ambreese, please?
Brittany, Judge.
Okay. So, Natasha, I'm going to trust you with something.
Yes, Your Honor.
Brenda always hears me say this. There have been plenty of people I've trusted and they fail at it. So, because I'm putting so much pressure on you now, because probation is in the breakout room, when if I follow the plea agreement, when I give him his conditions, if you can write down exactly what I'm saying, so she'll have that.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'll let you know when we get to the point where I'm like, please write down exactly what I'm saying.
Sure.
All right, the court is going to call, and Brennan's two cases. Court is calling 2021 CR 11653 and 2021 CR 11654, State of Texas versus Saul Alexander Ambreese. Can I have the parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Sparks.
For the defense?
Natasha Torres.
And are you Mr. Ambreese?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Ambreese, in each of these cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? And did you electronically sign them?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video conference in each of the cause numbers. In each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will, sorry, just 1 second. I was like, where are the steps? Here they are. Off the record for a moment. Ms. Torres, in each of the case numbers, Ms. Reyes is going to need to know what the charge is.
Sure.
Counsel, in each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled discovery of acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in each of these cause numbers, and did you review those with your client?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
In each of the cause numbers, Mr. Ambreese, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, in each of the cause numbers, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, and each of the cause numbers, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Ambreese, Mr. Ambreese, in each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Did you electronically sign them? In
Yes,
each
Your
of the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
And cause number 2021 CR 11654, you're charged with the offense of evading arrest, detention with a vehicle. That's a third degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. And cause number 2021 CR 11653, you're charged with the offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And each of the cause numbers, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
In each of the cause numbers, you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
In each of the cause numbers, by entering a plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights. Did you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
In each of the cause numbers, did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And cause number 2021 CR 11653, did you understand if the court were to grant your application and for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
Did you understand in cause number 2021 CR 11654, if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
Counsel, in each of the cause numbers, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
In each of the cause numbers, do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
In each of the cause numbers, do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Ambrose, in each of the cause numbers, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
In each of the cause numbers, has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter the plea?
No, Your Honor.
In each of the cause numbers, are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
In each of the cause numbers, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then in each of the cause numbers, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. In each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled plea bargain agreement page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
In each of the cause numbers, the state is requesting a $1,500 fine, that be probated. They are recommending deferred adjudication. Each of the cause numbers will run concurrent. There's restitution of $900 payable to Tiffany Clark. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
I understand, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
In each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
None, Your Honor.
In each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 3 years in each cause. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Tiffany Clark, and CATS 1 and 2. Did you understand that those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then in cause number 2021 CR 11653, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
And in cause number 2021 CR 11654, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State, in each of the cause numbers, do you have any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, Judge. In each of the cause numbers, state offer states Exhibit 1 in all attachments. Without objection.
Mr. Ambrose, in each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you documents entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? And did you electronically sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then in each of the cause numbers, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes, Your Honor.
After reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty in each cause number. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication in each cause number. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor, without objection from the state.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor, just briefly, based on my discussions with Mr. Ambriz, we would like this opportunity and we want to move forward with our life and do well on probation.
All right, Mr. Ambriz, why are you stealing people's vehicles and running from the police and wrecking the vehicle?
Excuse me, ma'am, can you repeat that one more time?
Why are you stealing people's property, which in this case was a vehicle, outrunning or attempting to outrun the police, wrecking the vehicle, and then running on foot?
Your Honor, if I may, I didn't steal the vehicle. I purchased it from somebody and I freed from the police officer because I had a warrant.
Now, here's my question. You know, and I know from reading the police report that the steering column was damaged. Nobody purchased a vehicle from somebody and a steering column is damaged. The steering column is damaged when someone's damaging it because they have stolen a vehicle. And I don't think anyone here, even a 4-year-old, would notice that I'm paying a lot of money for this vehicle and the steering column is damaged. Someone would want to say, why is the steering column damaged? So let's not play games. You knew the vehicle was stolen, whether you stole it or not. You knew it was stolen because the steering column was damaged. So let's not play games. So again, we're back to the point. Why are you in a stolen vehicle running from the police? And you say you're running from the police because you have a warrant. So we'll stop with this. Why are you driving a stolen vehicle?
Your Honor, I don't mean to disrespect you or anything, but I don't want to keep repeating myself. I don't want that's a disrespect, but I didn't steal it. I have a broken arm, if I may. I have hospital records. I bought the vehicle knowingly it was stolen, and I was just joyriding the car, and I just don't have nothing else to say about that. I was just
So
riding around.
why are you pretending like you didn't know that was a stolen vehicle? You start with
No,
you
I
bought the
knew.
vehicle.
I did. I bought it off somebody.
Okay. Where do you work? Do you have employment? Have you ever had employment?
Yes, Your Honor. At the time before I broke my arm, I was working at a company painting with my dad.
Do you have any children?
No, Your Honor.
How far did you go in school?
Freshman,
Freshman for what?
high school, 9th grade.
All right, so let's just say 9th grade. Why are you dropping out of school?
At the time, I had dropped out of school to start working to help out my mom with the bills. And I was planning to start going back to school. I started, when I first got on probation, I started doing essay leadership and I stopped
So
doing the
what
package.
you're telling me is your mom allowed you to drop out of school at 9th grade to help support her. Is that what you're telling me?
No, ma'am, she didn't allow me. In her knowledge, she thought I was still going to school.
So you drop out of school to help your mother financially. You're bringing money into the household and she doesn't know where the money is coming from because she still thinks you're in school.
To her knowledge, I was working after school, but whenever I was working during school, I was working a painting job with my dad. And then I was going to my regular 5-hour job, 4-hour job after whatever school was supposed to be, which was 4:30.
So your father was allowing you to work and not go to school.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. And each of the cause numbers, and this is what you need to write down, Ms. Torres. 3 years deferred adjudication, $1,500 fine, probated, concurrent with each cause number. So each cause numbers will be ran concurrently. There's restitution of $900 to Tiffany, Tiffany, Clark, Clark, in each of the cause numbers. Katz 1 and 2. 120 hours of community service restitution. The court will waive 40 of those hours if he provides proof of the COVID vaccination. Court is not requiring him to get the COVID vaccination, but if he does, 40 hours will be waived in each of the cause numbers. I'm going to want the MRT course. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. So if something happens and you're not able to report by Zoom, you need to do it in person. Random UAs, field visits, 3 times per month, random. Proof of employment within 15 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. All right, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, in each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes,
And
Your
did
Honor.
you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then in each of the cause numbers, because the court followed your plea bargaining agreement and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Ambrose, good luck to you. Don't steal. They're going to have a course for you to take to teach you how not to steal, but that's something you should have learned in elementary school. But I'm going to give you a short course in that. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. People work hard for their stuff and they don't want somebody stealing it. Do you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
All right, Rebecca, I see that you popped in. Were you able to hear any of that?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you what I said. Did you write it down, Natasha?
Yes, whatever you would prefer.
Oh, no. Okay. Rebecca, Natasha has wrote it down. I put a lot of pressure on her, but she wrote everything down exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
See?
Then we'll all go to the breakout room and go from there.
Okay. I'll
Okay.
join you in there. Okay.
Thank you. And let me see where Mr. Ambrose is.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
on those 15 days is as soon as I leave the facility?
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Thank
If you go to the breakout room, they'll go over conditions with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone, just give me a moment. All right, Anthony Cantrell.
Judge, I still haven't spoken to a prosecutor.
All right, is there a prosecutor available on family violence to speak with Anthony Cantrell on Monique Williams? Just give me a moment. All right, he is in breakout room number 3 with Andrews Campion. So I'm going to send you to number 4. Someone will
Okay.
come to 4. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Cleophas Marshall.
Yes, Your Honor, I've conferred with Michael Villarreal, and he's okay with a $30,000 bond on Monica Guajardo. I will tell the court, though, that the person that Ms. Guajardo allegedly assaulted is a person she had a no harmful or injurious contact against because he had assaulted her, and he took a
So let me
plea.
ask you, are you in agreement with the state's agreement or no?
I'm in agreement it should be no more than $30,000, but I know that the court has discretion to do. as the
All
court
right, well,
deems.
if you're going to ask for something different, then I'll need the state here. But if you all are in agreement to a bond amount, if you will send me an agreed order, the court will sign it.
Okay, if we are not in agreement, are you going to want to have a hearing? Or are we going to go to MAC court or something like that?
No, we'll have a hearing. Ms. Ferguson will set it.
No, we'll just do it now. I'll see if we can get something. I guess as far as an order is concerned, I'll see if I can get it done today, Judge. Oh, my goodness. Am I still on? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'll see if we can get it done today, and kind of go from there.
Okay, just if you send of course, you know, I'm here all day. If you send the form to me, the court will sign it.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome.
Have a good day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. All right, Anton Hayek. Anton Hayek?
Did you call Anton, Your Honor?
Yes.
Well, I'm about to go to sleep. I've been here a long time.
Oh, well, it's a good thing I'm not going to sleep. I've been here since 8 o'clock.
Me too. I'm just having a bad day.
There are no bad days when you're currently alive in the
Judge,
sun.
my
and
mother
shining.
died this morning. It's a bad day.
Oh, who passed?
Huh?
Who passed?
My mother.
Oh my gosh, why are you here?
I'm waiting to take this plea. They don't need me to do anything. She was 91.
Oh, well, I'm still sorry to hear that. You know, even no matter how old our parents are, it still, you know, hurts.
It does. I agree.
Well, if you want to reschedule this, we can.
No, I'd like to get this plea over with.
Okay.
If that's okay with you, Your Honor, you just tell me what you want to do.
No, it is fine with me if you all have the paperwork done. Just give me a moment. I'm going to send Mr. Hayek to breakout room number 1. I'm sorry, make that breakout room number 4. No, not number 4, Brent, it's late. I'm going to send him to number 6. Is your client Mr. Masters?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Masters, I'm going to send you to number 6 with your attorney, and we'll make sure we have all the paperwork.
Glad they are.
And Brenna, if I can make you host for a moment, because I need to go to another meeting very quickly.
Okay, just.
This is Anton. Can somebody confirm that Master signed everything?
Yes, he has signed everything.
What a glorious moment. Thank you.
The clerks have it.
Hi. Tony. Where is he?
Loopy, what's up?
Did you sign the plea paperwork?
I don't know what I signed anymore, Loopy, to
I-
tell you the truth.
I haven't received-
I know.
I have not received the plea paperwork. I just got your consent to plea by video and your.
Yeah, I still think we're missing his application too.
I just got your application, the consent, and your.
All right, let me
certificate of
look.
appeal.
Can a family violence prosecutor join me in breakout room number 5, please?
Tony, let me see is Michelle here. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Hike, as soon as I get that paperwork, we'll start. Anthony
I
Cantrell?
appreciate the judge. I'm looking for it.
Oh,
Judge, somebody's just assigned me to breakout room 4, so I'm going to head there, I guess.
all right, thank you. And Brenna, thanks for.
Oh, do you want me to
Yes,
take
please.
it back?
Yes. I'm still in a judges meeting as well, so just give me one moment.
Okay.
Oh, this is completed. Discovery index completed.
Mr. Hike, if you go to one of the breakout rooms where your client is, the clerks will let you know what paperwork they may have missing.
Well, they said it was the plea paperwork. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Sylvia.
Rebecca, before you log off for the day, can I bug you about something?
Sure, you want to go in a breakout room?
I'm afraid to in case the judge calls Tony's real quick, but right after Tony's, can I talk to you about the case?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, are we ready on Mr. Masters? And then
believe we
on
are,
Monique
Your Honor.
Williams, what is happening with Miss Williams? Oops, sorry, I'm on mute on my end. Yes,
We have an agreement, Your Honor, as far as the motion is concerned.
all right, to the clerks, could I have the file on Monique Williams, please?
She should have 2 cases, Judge.
All right, I'll need both cases. And you said there's an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then, Mr. Cantrell, if you will send me the agreed order, the court will sign it.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
will do, Judge. Thank you.
Welcome. All right, and so Mr. Hayek, you're ready on Mr. Masters?
I believe we're ready.
All right, court is going to call 2022 CR 0502, State of Texas versus Gerald Daniel Masters. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Anton Hike for the defense.
All right, and are you Mr. Masters?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
No objection.
Mr. Masters, I'm going to show you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Enter a Plea by Video Conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Masters, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do waive the reading.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Judge, we are waiving the enhancement paragraph. And count 2. Proceeding on count 1.
All right, any objection?
No objections.
All right, Mr. Masters, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand in count 1, you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a state jail. Second-degree felony, the range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you are giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, he has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do so believe.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe that he's competent, was saying at the time of the offense.
Mr. Masters, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on count 1. Your punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison. The state opposes your application for the deferred adjudication. there's $1,000 fine, affirmative finding of deadly weapon, no contact with Nicholas Gentile, Gentile, and Jacob Corona. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Into the offense as charged in count one, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's guilty plea?
Yes, the state offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objection?
No objection. Sorry, Your Honor. No objections, Your Honor.
All right, no problem. Mr. Masters, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you have a chance to review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
It's not really like that.
All right, after reviewing State's Exhibit 1 and attachments, the court will find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. So the court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Ms. Ferguson, could I have a PSI date? And Mr. Hayek, do you think your client needs a MIC evaluation as well?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right, and we're going to need a MIC myof evaluation, Ms. Reyes.
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll do MIC myof evaluation and a CHOP evaluation. And just one moment, Ms. Ferguson is going to give me a PSI date.
Sorry, Judge, give me 1 second.
All right, we're going to come back on April 6th. And Mr. Masters, if for any reason everything is finished before then, we'll let Mr. Hayek know, and we may be able to bring you back sooner than then. Mr. Hayek, do you anticipate on having any witnesses or no?
No, I don't anticipate any witnesses, Your Honor.
All right, so then it'll be on April 6th at 9 a.m.
Got it.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hayek.
May I be excused?
Yes, you may. Take care of yourself, okay?
Thank you so much. Take care, Masters.
And Mr. Masters, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1, and probation will tell you everything that you need to do, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Anthony Cantrell, you're back.
Yeah, Judge, I just forgot something. My client also, and in my motion, asked that you waive the GPS fees because she can't afford it.
Oh, no, that'll be done. I always waive GPS fees.
Okay, thanks. That's all I want to make sure. All right, thanks. It's on its way. It's done now.
All
Thanks.
right, thank you. Oh, wait a minute, Mr. Cantrell.
Yes, ma'am.
Has her sanity competency, has that been completed or no?
It has been completed,
Okay.
but it's been completed, but we haven't had it referred back to the court yet, right? Just
It has the competency disposition hearing got reset, so it's going to be.
Do you know when the competency disposition is set?
Next week, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson,
Uh,
on Monique Rowley, can we get this set in 2 weeks, please? And this will be to see where things stand on the competency. I don't like to lose track of cases.
It's set for March 8th, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, can we set this case for sometime after March 8th, please? All right, so we're going to come back on March 21st.
March 21st.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, everyone. We're going to have to recall a couple of things for Monday because the attorneys are not here. So we're going to stop live stream. We are actually done for today. I'll still be here because I'm presiding.